Okay, I'll do the intro since you did it last time.
Go for it.
Alright, hello everyone and welcome to the Hooligans podcast. Today this is actually, I guess, our episode 1, even though, because the last one was episode 0. Just us getting our footing
Yeah, we
on what
don't
we
know how
want
to
to do.
count.
Yeah, we actually forgot how to count. This is actually episode -1. We're going backwards.
This is Roman numeral 7. Let's fucking go. You excited?
Speaking of Roman, I am, but speaking of Roman numerals, I saw this graph that said around the time of the Super Bowl happening, there's a spike in people looking up how to read Roman numerals.
Why?
Because the Super Bowl is in Roman numerals.
Oh,
People are so
really?
stupid they can't read Roman numerals.
You know, those people may be stupid, but I think I'm a part of that group because each time I think I know, I always fuck it up.
It's really not that hard, especially the Super Bowl numbers. Like L is 50, and then from there on, it's easy.
Oh, wait, there's L's?
Yeah, L is 50.
Ah, yeah, no. As soon as we started learning math with letters in it, that's when I just sort of tuned out, and it's been about 7 years since then. So,
The people who can't read basic Roman numerals are the reason why shampoo has instructions.
dude, oh my god, that stuff gets me going. All right, should we get to our first
Oh,
talking
wait.
point?
Before we do that, something we should have done in the first episode. My name is Gray. His name is Charlie.
My name's
We
Charlie.
totally forgot to introduce ourselves in the last episode. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's probably something we should have done.
and our address is. I'm just kidding.
My social security number
Yeah,
is, but Charlie has a talking point that he's been very interested in all week.
very interested. And please disregard my profile pic. That
No,
that's a very important man to me. He yeah, we'll talk about him later. Anyways, QAnon. Ever heard of it? This
I
shit
have heard of it, unfortunately.
is crazy. I've been talking with Gray a little bit on and off about this, but the QAnon conspiracy theory is something I've been vastly interested in just for the fact that people believe in it and it's real and it's been happening for years.
Oh, that's so stupid that it's real. And people believe in it. Or it's not real, sorry.
Yeah.
Like, the belief in it is real, but what actually happened is not, thankfully.
Yeah, so basically, it's all surrounded around this man named Q, who doesn't really exist. At least I couldn't find concrete evidence of Q existing. I'm sure many people have already heard of this. It's been around since like 2017, I think. But basically, QAnon, or Q, is a Republican supporter, an extremist, and all these followers are also Trump supporters for the majority. And they believed that on election day, some shit was going to go down. People would be arrested. Hollywood would be unraveled with their predators getting arrested, I suppose. Some crazy shit, basically. You want to add to it, Gray?
Basically, they believed that on the inauguration day, specifically, that Trump would use some military power to swoop in and arrest Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, George W. Bush, his wife, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, um, I
That's
think
a
some other people.
that's a lot of
Um,
important people.
yeah, they thought that all these people were going to be arrested and publicly executed, and that this was how we were going to get America back.
Yeah.
That was their whole philosophy, that this was us reclaiming America from back what it used to be, or go back to what it used to be. And that's just not America. That's just straight up anarchy.
It is, yeah, basically a revolution. But it's just so interesting to learn about because the amount of different conspiracy theories they believe, it's like you couldn't tell them a conspiracy theory and have them not believe in it. It's basically the combination of all of them,
Yeah.
which I find hilarious. Because Gray brought up earlier when we were talking about it, it's like they work under the principle of what if. So
Yeah, I
like,
said that earlier. I said that it's like if people took those, hey, what if this happened, questions completely seriously.
yeah, and they they do. They think Hollywood is basically a cult where the older members would like sex traffic and
Oh
eat
yeah, yeah, I remember that.
babies to rejuvenate themselves and
Robert
stay
Downey
young.
Jr. would use, yeah, he
Yeah,
would eat some babies every night to
like
rejuvenate
fucking
his strength.
Harrison Ford, some sexual predator. None of it is real. I don't want to say that. The likelihood of all of Hollywood being involved in that is so unlikely. And it's funny to watch from the sidelines because all of them are crying now on
Oh yeah,
Twitter.
did you see that? But they're not crying on Twitter. They've all been banned. But
True.
um, they're using like ancient social media websites to communicate. It's pretty
Yeah,
funny.
some really
But
weird
I
forms.
saw one of the bigger like QAnon influencers, I guess, for lack of a better word. He came out and said like it's time to go home. It's time to end this
Really?
because like he saw that nothing happened on inauguration day. And he
Mm-hmm.
totally just stopped believing it.
Which is what I think the majority of people probably believed, but there's still people out there. I saw one guy who's like, all you fake believers are scared and
Oh yeah,
crying. Yeah.
yeah.
And
It's
he's
crazy that
like, I'm
people.
holding out. The
Oh,
tide's
oh,
still coming.
remember that video I was telling you about that I got? I'm convinced that he believed in QAnon. I saw this video that said that Trump would be inaugurated on March 20th as the 19th president
Yeah.
of the United States.
Yeah. I saw that, dude. Oh my god. That guy believed in a couple different things. He was saying that there was
Oh, you found it?
battleships outside the coast preparing for war. Yeah.
What?
He was going on and off about totally random things, and I don't understand how these people come to that conclusion. It just
Probably playing the Fallout series.
yeah, play some Fallout 4 or something. But it's just crazy
Mm.
because what are those communities look like? Everybody talks about, they read the stuff on Facebook, but I'm not on Facebook and I don't follow these people, so I don't really
True.
see what it all looks like. And do people actually just blatantly believe everything they see?
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of people do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ever? Never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
Gotta say
Yeah, I
something
might as
bad.
well. You ever heard of CNN and Fox viewers?
Yeah.
Like,
It's just
I don't know.
like
I don't need to be politically correct. I'm 16 years old. It doesn't
exactly.
matter.
It even that's different though because it's a legitimate news source even though they're biased. People on Facebook, it's terrible because it's just people believing the word of others and that's it,
Hmm.
not the combination of like multiple fact checked sources.
Yeah.
None of that. It's just like, hey, did you know I can fit 10,000 elephants in my pocket?
How? How?
I can do it. And
I,
everyone's like, oh, no way, really? It's
I
like,
believe you. I believe you.
yeah, I
It's
believe
true.
you.
It's facts. Straight facts.
It's just crazy how people operate like that.
I don't get it, dude.
I just have more faith in Americans.
For real. We really shouldn't at this point.
Yeah, I mean, uh, and then I guess next, QAnon, much to look into still, but Biden's plans. I think you know more
Yeah.
about it than I do.
His first 100-day plans. I found this article that seemed to be going in depth about it that has showed his plans for COVID-19, the environment, the economy, immigration, all that good
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Um, but let's start with COVID-19. That's kind of a pressing issue. It's more of a
Yeah,
time-sensitive one.
sort of.
Um, yeah. So I think Biden already did this one because this was posted before he became president. But I think he already did the what was it like? Was it 1.4 trillion uh relief plan?
I believe
That
so.
was
Something
that
like
was
that.
like 1,400 to everybody. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
That's quite a bit of money. That can get you like probably help pay your rent and get you groceries along with
Mm-hmm.
unemployment pay.
Because
Because
I don't really understand how that worked in the first place. I know that when COVID first started, people were getting unemployment checks,
hmm
and what do they call it? The some sort of slip. You get like 2,000 for each person and like 500 for a kid.
I think that was just the original stimulus plan.
Yeah, stimulus checks.
Yeah.
So is this like the second wave of
This
that?
is the second wave of stimulus checks, yeah. That's what it is.
So
Is
it
he wants to
affects
give them
everyone.
effects. Well, no, no, no. The original one, I don't know how this one works, but the original was is if you made over 70, I think it was $70,000 a year combined, if you like family income, then you didn't get anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I get
I
it.
think, yeah. And yeah, that's the stimulus package. And then he wants to launch a national vaccination program. He wants to vaccinate 100 million people within the first 100 days. And
You're gonna be fucking hard pressed to do that.
I know, apparently Fauci has said that it's absolutely a doable thing.
Yeah, I mean, I totally hope so, but now with the different kinds of vaccinations,
And the
the
new COVID strands.
yeah, the UK strand, it's or is that what it's called, or just European strand?
I don't know. But then there's the one I think, isn't it here? That's like stronger and moves faster.
Really? Is there one? Because I
I
know the
think so.
European one is uh more infectious. I don't know
Yeah,
about deadliness, but I assume they're probably correlated.
probably.
I'm just worried about the amount of Americans who said they wouldn't actually take
I know,
it.
right? It was like what, 49% or like I think
I
it
think it's
was
even more than that. I think it's
it
over
was so
50,
high.
which
I
is
don't
very scary because to get the
personally,
whole herd immunity, it has to be at least
hmm
60%, I think.
personally, I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Um, I see all these scientists, everybody who believes that this is working, this is a good vaccine. My mom's a nurse. She got the vaccine. She's experienced no side effects.
Hmm.
She's been doing great. Um, like I don't get it.
I don't understand either because I think people are under the notion that this is different than any other vaccine because not
I mean, in a
60% of
way,
Americans are anti vaxxers. They're not.
yeah, but in a way, it is different from every other vaccine. You know, they used a different process,
Yeah.
but a process that is going to help make so many other vaccines in the future.
It is
The RNA,
amazing how it targets
it's
the RNA. Yeah.
like they don't understand. Like it's just people scared of change. That's what I think it is. They're scared that the fact that the government's using a new process, they don't want to change. They want to stay like they're like, oh, it worked in the past. Why don't we just use that? Well,
Hmm.
this is different. This is a new, and you got a new the meme. What is it? Modern problems require modern
Yeah.
solutions. Going back to like 2018, and that was funny.
Exactly.
Like you have to innovate.
And I don't even think everybody even knows about that. Like when I told my mom about how genius this new vaccination is, she's like, "Oh, I didn't even know. I still don't
Yeah.
think I'm gonna get it just because I want
Oh, your
everyone
parents
else
don't
to
want
get
to
it
get it.
first." They're on the
Oh,
fence
just
about it, but like that
see.
whole idea of letting everyone else get it first is much more dangerous than just getting it.
Mm-hmm.
It does more harm in the long run. I don't
But here's the thing.
understand.
It's not even going to be offered to you until all the first responders got what they need.
It's not. Yeah, it's not even
Like,
close. Nick went.
if
My
you were
stepdad.
if you're worried about or getting it before first responders and other
Hmm.
people who are going to be on the front line having a higher risk of getting it, don't be. They're giving it to those people first on
Yeah.
purpose. You're not even going to be offered it until they have gotten what they need.
Yeah. I mean, my school has even promised that we're going back sometime February full face. So I assume that means we're all going to be vaccinated within 2 months,
No.
hopefully.
I don't even think it's going to be offered till April, May.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh boy. It's farther away than I expected.
That's what I think. Because it's going to take a while to get. Think about it. Every nurse, every person who works in a hospital across the entire country.
Hmm.
That's going to take a while. And then first responders, people like police officers,
And then
like,
the elderly
and then the
and the
elderly.
young.
And then it's people in schools, they're like low priority, low risk
Yeah.
people.
That is crazy.
They're not
We are
worried about us.
probably like the last,
Like,
you
think
know,
about it. Me and you,
healthy young
we
men.
are healthy young, yeah, we're healthy young men. We don't
Mm,
like inject ourselves with drugs every other day. Like we don't have a lowered immune system. We're
Yeah,
fine. We're gonna be low on the priority list.
definitely. I don't know what would turn the tides for more Americans wanting the vaccine, but whatever
I
it is, I
personally
hope they
thought
find that solution.
I personally thought that it was gonna go up as soon as Trump left office because people just don't like Trump.
Yeah, I
But
don't know if it did, but
I am curious to see the number now.
uh, it. I mean, I watched a Dr. Fauci interview and he reassured everyone the amount of
Yeah.
vetting that
Oh, it
it has to go through. I
people
mean,
were talking about like the FDA rushed it, and so that's why they're
mhm.
scared of it. The FDA rushed it. Even like, if you can't rush a federal
You can't
like
rush
thing like
that,
that.
no, and they definitely didn't. I mean,
Like just because it went faster than every other thing, it's because COVID is a global health crisis.
that's what people don't understand. Scientists have been working on this nonstop for the past however
Hmm.
many months since it started. Like, it has been a constant issue. So this hasn't magically been vetted in
It's
like
not
a
like they're like,
week.
it's not like a week ago they're like, oh, let's start working on this. Oh,
Yeah,
hey, look at this. Go ahead. It's not like that.
everyone's
They've been
scared
working
of
on this
this
for
thing that's like not perfect. This
they've been
shit is
working on it for close to
perfect.
a year.
Uh,
It's just craziness.
it's bizarre because even my family are on the fence, which is scary because
Hmm.
I think very highly of them. I think they're smart individuals, and I hope they turn around
Yeah.
much with the 60 other percent.
Yeah, me too. I hope your parents change their mind.
Yeah,
I know my dad's going to
sure.
take it as soon as it's offered to him.
Hmm.
My mom's already taken it.
Did
So
Which one did she get?
I don't know exactly.
Is she going back for the second one? You
I
know,
don't think so. I haven't heard anything. I
mm.
haven't heard her talk about it.
'Cause I know there's a couple cool ones out there. They have one now where it's just a one time, I believe, instead of
Mm,
two.
yeah.
Either way, very excited for it.
Next thing that Biden talked about in this is his plan for the environment. He wants to host a climate world summit to encourage leaders of nations with high carbon emissions to join the United States in making pledges to further limit their carbon footprints.
China.
Yeah, literally just China. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
But the question is,
definitely.
will China even listen? Um,
I haven't seen any indication from them in the past, so I don't
yeah,
necessarily know why it would change. I guess with the new leader,
but
they're
they don't
really
have any leaders.
we do.
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah.
Trump kind of ruined relations with China completely.
Thing is, I kind of agree with his like wanting America to be more independent from China.
Oh, totally. It's just Trump was very good at painting China as the enemy.
That's true. He was.
There's one thing about being separate, but there's another thing about calling a virus that has killed 400,000 people
The
the
China
China
virus. Yeah.
virus.
No, I know what you're talking. I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's
He
just
went,
very hostile attitude towards one of the biggest world
that is true.
powers.
He wants to become the leading country in setting international agreements that will reduce emissions in global shipping and aviation. I don't know the
Okay,
extent of that.
either way.
Um, in my opinion, that sounds like the Green New Deal, which I'm very against, which wants to take all planes out of the sky by a certain year. I think it's not a good idea.
I don't even understand the basis for that. How do people expect transportation will work?
I don't
Or
know. We're gonna start traveling on ships again. Like
yeah, it just
we're gonna
sounds.
travel by wind sail.
Yeah, I'm not, a carbon expert, but I think taking a boat across the Atlantic would do more harm than a plane ride.
Especially if it crashed.
Yeah,
And boats crash more than planes.
far more.
I'm pretty.
And simply the amount of time. How long does it take to cross like the
Oh,
Atlantic
it
versus
takes so
flying?
long,
Yeah,
especially compared to flying. It takes 18 hours flying, I think, to go
18
to
hours.
England.
Mm-hmm.
Or I think it might have been less than that. I don't remember.
And traveling from a boat, I would say a minimum is probably like 3 days.
Yeah, it has to be a fast boat too.
Oh yeah, that's like a fucking speedboat, one
Yeah,
person
going the
traveling.
entire time, trading
Yeah.
ships, driving the entire time. He also wants to rejoin the Paris Agreement following Trump's June 2017 withdrawal. And I think you know more about this than I do because your teacher talked about it.
Yeah, I'm still on the fence about it just because it is a regulator, basically,
Hmm.
of everybody's carbon emissions and what's going on with the whole global warming situation. And the whole reason Trump pulled us out is kind of like your point with China. He wanted to be more independent, and rather than foreign nations telling us what to do, we should tell our own
Ourselves.
Americans what to do. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I
I
mean,
think climate control
yeah.
is something that has been ignored for a long time.
Hmm.
I think it's important, and I don't know. I just think that I personally need to do more research into it before I can come up with my own true opinion on it.
Yeah. Me too. I would like to learn more. I think we're heading in the right direction by even talking about it much more frequently. I mean,
Yeah.
Tesla, all these different sources of renewable energy that are trying to be made. I think it's
Oh,
a good thing.
so here's one. Here's a controversial thing Biden did. He's canceled the Keystone Pipeline,
What's that?
which is it's an oil pipeline in Alaska.
Hmm.
Um, it's been going on for a long time, and my dad personally was very upset about it because I have an uncle whose dad worked at the pipeline and literally made his family rich by working there.
Yeah.
And uh, canceling that has taken away thousands of jobs, which is a thing that my dad is personally very upset about.
Why did he
But
cancel it?
because it's a sizable contributor to climate change.
That's a hard argument to take because anything with
Hmm.
production of oil is going to be a sizable
Yeah.
uh
But
contributor, but
the thing
we need
about
it.
it, yeah, the thing about it is it would stop us from relying on the Middle East for
Uh
our oil.
yeah,
But
that just makes
here's
us
what
more
we don't want.
reliant.
We don't want a fallout situation where the Middle East is the only place left with oil and it becomes to be insanely expensive, then we don't have oil
Mm-hmm.
anymore. We don't want that situation. But the thing is that's not
Dubai
gonna
is so
happen.
rich.
I'm not gonna get into fallout. That's dumb.
Yeah.
It's not what we're here for.
Not here for Fallout memes. That's a different podcast.
Yeah.
But I totally agree. It's a bummer that we don't really have as many oil reserves as the Middle East has. So
Hmm.
limiting that one supply seems like a bad idea.
Yeah.
Especially considering the population of Alaska. I'm People live in very sparse areas. I don't think
Hmm.
it doesn't sound like it affected the people that
No, not
much.
really. It
Yeah.
really didn't.
I mean, yeah, carbon footprints are one thing, but if it's for the sake of oil, everything uses oil. Until we replace that need for it,
Yeah.
it's just like that book, Oil's the New Salt or whatever, how
Hmm.
salt used to be
Salt used to be the biggest
the
commodity.
biggest commodity. And then it was replaced by something similar, and then another thing similar, and then like 12 other things that are just as similar. So it loses its value. And hopefully
Hmm.
that's the same with the whole car industry. How Tesla
Yeah.
is trying to.
Tesla.
It's not as much as a replacement, but another option.
Yeah. Definitely. It's gonna take a long time to replace oil.
Yeah, for sure. But if we were to create another engine that can run off of something other than oil,
I think if Tesla cars became more affordable,
hmm
then it would change so much quicker.
so much.
Because those
That and a
cars
different
don't
engine
require
type.
oil,
Yeah.
which is which is really cool.
We just have to get past that barrier of convenience because you can fill
Hmm.
up your car in 2 minutes tops, but to charge at like a
Hmm.
Tesla station, I think it takes 45 minutes to do a half charge,
Really expecting to just sit here
which is, yeah,
45 minutes.
but people won't. So until that gets better, there's no reason for it to change.
And I actually started seeing like some parking lots here in South Carolina. I started seeing some parking lots that have Tesla
Tesla
charging
stops.
spots,
Yeah, I've seen a
which is
couple
really
now,
cool.
which is awesome.
Especially for our area, not a very likely place you'd see a bunch of Teslas.
Exactly. Surprisingly enough, my school has three.
Really?
Yeah.
The nicest car my school has is a brand new BMW, like 2020 BMW.
Dang.
Yeah,
It's not bad.
no, not at all. That girl's very rich.
Yeah.
Their family is.
But
But yeah.
Elon's doing great things. He's now the richest person. And
Yeah, speaking of that, he recently took over Jeff Bezos as
mhm.
richest person.
I saw
Jeff
the
Bezos
funniest video ever,
wiping his
dude.
tears with millions of dollars.
Yeah. Have you seen those like tier lists where it shows the year and then it's a graph of the amount of wealth that everybody has? And it breaks down 2020 in the months and
Oh,
you see
yeah, I think I
Elon
saw that.
soar to the top. He has gained so much money in such a short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't even think of anyone else who comes close to that besides like the Robert Barons, you know. This is
Yeah.
a crazy amount of money. It's hard to even fathom. I don't think we can really comprehend. However, what's the actual number?
Of what?
Elon's net worth. Let me
Oh, I
look
don't
up.
know. It's way, way too high for one person.
Let's see. 202 billion dollars.
Too much for one single person to have. I know he doesn't have 202 billion in his bank account,
Ah,
but that's how much
yeah.
he's worth, which is crazy to think about.
86 too. I don't know
I
why I
I,
added that, but
I only have one relative who even has $1 million net worth.
really, it's just
Yeah, he renovates houses, so
nice. That amount of money is so crazy. If you had $202 billion right now, what would you do? First buy
first buy a nice house,
a nice house. Yeah. $1 million.
then a nice car.
Mm,
Then I'd put my PC to the best specs available.
that's what I'm more thinking of. Fuck the cars, fuck the house. I want to buy the greatest PC
Oh, then, not
man
to
made.
be stereotypical, but I'd want to buy my parents a nice place.
Oh yeah, for sure. Wait, if you had $202 billion, I'd like to buy the entire country a nice place.
Honestly, you could probably pay off a portion of the country's debt, which is crazy.
Yo, definitely. I don't know. That's also a fantastic point.
Imagine Elon Musk is like, hey, here's $500 million US. Pay off some of the debt.
God, they'd be like, "What the fuck? Really?
Like, wait, hold on.
Like we, we tax you, right?"
It's like I don't pay them anyways. It's
Yeah.
fine.
We have offshore accounts. No worries. I want to look up the U.S. debt.
Too much. Isn't it in the trillions?
Debt clock. Wow. Does it go up constantly? Oh, fuck. Yep. That's interesting. It is at
27
$27
trillion.
trillion.
The real debt clock.
It's going up by
Oh,
millions every fucking second. Oh, there's another million. There's another. 65, 66 million.
okay, it consists of debt held by the public, so that's like everyone in the U.S.'s debt combined.
Ah, that's why it's going up so much.
Yeah.
Like, are we doing business deals by the second? What the fuck? Let's
And
go,
the
yeah.
truth section represents assets and liabilities reported in the financial report of the U.S. government, unfunded Social Security and Medicare promises based on assumptions.
So that's 139 trillion.
That's a bit.
Quite a large sum of money.
How do you pay that off? You don't.
That's what I've always wondered. I know there's many books that try to explain it, but
What if we just
how does
okay,
world
hear
debt
me out.
work?
Hear me out. Hear me out. We annex Canada and then sell it back to them.
To whom?
We sell it back to Canada.
To Canada? Bro, Canada doesn't have money.
True.
They don't have $139 trillion
Okay,
worth
but
of money.
let's just steal their country and then sell it
Exactly.
back to them.
Say, hey guys, we're gonna take this over, but
Put
no
them in
worries,
debt.
we'll give it back.
Put them in debt while getting us out of debt.
For real. That's what we did with the whole good old Mexico that we were talking about a while ago. I find it so funny how
It
Americans
says
moved into Texas and literally just claimed this land. They're like,
I know. They really just said, "Hey, yo, this is ours.
this is ours.
Thank you."
Mexicans
Goodbye.
were like, "What are you doing?"
It says
This
the debt per citizen is 84,000.
84,000. Wow, that's kind of
Well,
scary.
but like not everybody. That doesn't mean that every single person has 84,000.
Definitely not. My
And
biggest fear is student debt.
student loan debt, yeah.
Going to college, depending on the college, I'm sure I'm getting scholarships and whatnot, but
I think
still.
if you're smart, you can minimize a lot of it.
Oh, definitely. It, I can see how if people don't have parents with like a trust fund set up for their college,
hmm
it could be very overwhelming and rather
Yeah.
impossible to not come out with that.
My parents want me to try and get as many scholarships as possible, and then they
Hmm.
want to help me towards it, and they just want to help me get out of there with as little debt as possible.
Yeah, same with mine. They have a
They
fund
they
going.
they don't think it's possible for me to get out with zero, but they want me to get out with as little as possible.
That's the dream, dude. If you could get out with zero,
Oh,
dang.
so there's actually 18 million unemployed people in the U.S.
18
Oh,
million.
okay.
Is
Hold on.
that?
Think about this. Think about this is gonna sound. There's a lot of illegal people in the U.S.
Hmm.
because there's 124 million income taxpayers, yet the population is 330 million.
No,
This is what
that
the
can't be right.
U.S. This is a .org website for the debt clock.
Hold on. Send me the link. So you're saying it's half of our population is not registered.
That's what it's saying. Or children.
Oh, children. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's including children because we're still
Okay.
considered a part of the U.S. population, me and you.
Yeah. Dang. Wow. This clock is amazing.
I,
It
I
is
know it's hard
really
to read,
going up.
but
Yeah. I'll have to fucking show this.
oh my God, Medicare 1.2 billion, Social Security 1.1 billion, then Defense/War 720 million. That's our largest budget items.
I'm trying to show this in my small window. US national debt. That's a lot of money
Bit of money, yeah.
per citizen. Federal spending.
It's crazy when you have a democracy, all this info is public.
That is what?
Except it's crazy when you have a democracy that all this info is public.
It is. I know. That's kind of scary. I mean, I'm glad it's public. It's just,
hmm
I'm very interested on
Oh,
who's
the
keeping
officially
track
I
of
just
all
watched
this.
the officially unemployed go up by one. That's sad.
Aw. Rest in peace to our
You, you're
boy.
gonna you're gonna get your job back, buddy.
It's, it's the guy from my profile pic. It's him. Just kidding. That man was never employed in the first place. Okay. Well, Biden,
All
I
right,
think
what
we've covered him. Let's go on to Trump.
that's the map that we were talking about. So I
Yes,
decided to make a interesting map that probably not a possibility, but it'd be cool to see. Uh,
definitely.
it's a it's a map where independents get some electoral votes. Very unlikely, but I think it'd be really cool.
Hmm.
Basically, I just took most of the states that were decisive and made them independent, which, that's probably not how the map would work, but it's the best my 16-year-old brain could come up with. Um,
We
which is like
wish, basically.
basically, yeah, which made like Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, Kansas, Oklahoma, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan independent. Um, and with that gives Democrats 219, Independents 96, and Republicans 223. Which is crazy to think that not a single person would get to 270 with this map.
Yeah, I'll make sure to show a picture of the map. We were
Yeah, yeah.
looking at the official map as well, and we were studying the numbers on who was the runner-up below the two,
Oh yeah,
and it was Joe. What's her name?
Joe Jorgensen.
Joe Jorgensen. Even though she had a lot of votes, it was nowhere near.
Yeah, she had 1.2 million votes in total
Mm,
compared to Joe Biden's 81 million.
yeah, and it's just
Wait, she had
it's
1.8
so
million votes
bizarre.
in
She had
total. Sorry.
1.8. Nice. It's crazy to see how much of a two-sided game it really is.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
We saw Kanye West his votes in Washington, I believe.
Oklahoma. He
Oklahoma,
had
yeah.
5,000 in Oklahoma.
Which I didn't realize he registered as an independent. I thought he
Hmm.
went Republican.
No, no, he was independent.
That's very surprising
He
to me.
couldn't be a Republican because they choose one person as a candidate.
Oh yeah,
That's how it works nowadays.
which I still it's hard to fathom how two Republicans can't really run while one's in term.
Yeah, because well, they run at the same time, and then they
Hmm.
choose. Then the Republican Party chooses one person as their. You are our representative. We want you to represent us.
You're the guy. Like,
You're the man.
good luck. But I truly do love this map that you've made. Oh, I just fucking covered. But yeah, all the swing states are basically independent, which looks
I think some
gorgeous.
more would go independent than I chose.
Hmm.
Honestly, I don't know which ones, but I think there'd be more than that.
I would just like to see an independent president make it to the second position. You know,
Right? I'd like to see an independent president get a single electoral vote.
it would be amazing because the last one was how many
George
years ago?
Washington.
George Washington was it? Well,
Wait, I don't know about electoral votes, but George Washington is the only independent president.
wow,
I think so anyway. Anyways,
really? It's just weird to me how there hasn't been more because I don't see the downside of it. You know,
hold
I
on.
are you looking it up?
Yeah, it was George Washington.
I guess it's easier for people to align their ideals with what everybody
Okay,
knows.
so thing is that George Washington hated factions and disclaimed party adherence. Um, his most of his policies side towards Federalist back then.
Dude,
So
that really
people
goes
like
to
to.
show how
Our
bad
first
it is.
president hated political parties.
Me too, man. I wish I could go give
Oh,
that guy a
also,
hug.
the last president to not be affiliated to either Democrat or Republican was uh Millard Fillmore, who was a member of the Whig Party. He's the 13th president of the United States.
Wow. I somehow haven't even heard of him. I did
Yeah,
not know
it's
that
pretty
was a
crazy.
president. He was a part of what group? The Whig
Whig Party.
Whig Party. Huh. Some of these when we were looking at the map, some of the people registered were under some very interesting parties that I haven't previously heard the name of. Let me see. Trump, Biden map.
Wait, there's two? Wait, what?
What?
It says there's two
There's
independent
more.
US senators.
Really? Like the Party for Socialism and Liberty. Libertation. That one got 4,000 votes. Not total, actually. Let me
Sorry.
see.
Okay,
That's
so the
funny.
two current independent, we actually have two. Bernie Sanders is oh, I guess that makes sense. He's a socialist.
Oh,
But-
wow.
And then Angus S. King Jr. is an independent from Maine.
Really? I did not
I
realize
read that. I saw Bernard Sanders. I was like, hold on.
he is, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he was probably the closest to being president.
Yeah, definitely. Even though, but the thing is, when he was running for president, he ran for president as a Democrat.
That's true.
So he would have been considered a Democratic president. He wouldn't have been considered a independent president. I guess probably it's probably not out of the fact that he doesn't want to be considered independent anymore. It's probably out of the fact that he doesn't uh that he knows he won't get votes if he runs as an independent.
Just a necessary thing that they have to
Yeah, you pretty
sort of
much have to choose
sacrifice.
a party at some point.
Mm. That's what I would hate about possibly
I
running
know,
for
right?
president, because if I run as Democrat, that means I support abortion, and I,
Hmm.
for the majority, don't support abortion. So, but if
Yeah.
you run as a Democrat, you have to elect those views. You know that then becomes your viewpoint. You sort
You
of
know,
have to
because
go with
the
it.
thing, you choose a party, and then all of those stereotypes get placed right on you.
Hmm.
and then you have a political party that's standing behind you. You have people that are relying on you to support their views.
That's a lot of pressure.
But as an independent, you're like, I support what I want to support. All right, bro.
Exactly. Either you follow me or you don't.
Yeah, exactly.
That simple. I just don't think people would take the time to research what that person's ideals are. You know, like I don't think that many Americans would care enough to vote for an independent.
There was someone like semi recently who caused a big stir up.
Really?
He was like my mom has talked about him that he was like uh major third party performances from 1788 to present. And 1988, John B. Anderson. Oh, Ross Perot. That's who she's talking about. Yeah. In 1992, Ross Perot ran as an independent.
Oh, did he get close?
I think he got like uh he got let's see. How many votes did Ross Perot get?
I forget there's presidents before George W.
Okay,
Bush.
he got 18.9% of the popular vote,
Wow.
which is a lot. The highest share of the vote won by a candidate outside of the two major parties since 1912.
Dang, that's very impressive. What
It
year
is
was
pretty
that?
crazy.
1992, you said?
19. And then he ran as Reform in 1996.
Hmm. Well, good for him. That's impressive.
Yep.
I would love to run for president someday. Except that whole
And then
campaigning process.
Representative
Oh,
John Anderson of Illinois was an
yes.
independent.
Woo! Illinois!
Let's see.
PogChamp, we love
How
Illinois
many?
here.
Not me, but
Gray loves
dang.
Illinois so
I have
much.
nothing against Illinois,
Except everything against it. Because it's
except all of them.
maybe the best state ever created.
Worst, you meant?
That place is held by Alabama.
Oh, well, here's the thing. I think I know why John B. Anderson didn't get any electoral votes. Or
What?
didn't even get close. He was running against Ronald Reagan.
Oh, yeah. That's a
So,
hard final boss to beat.
you
I
going against Ronald Reagan. I mean, good luck.
understand that. Yeah.
It was the race where Ronald Reagan got 489 votes. So yeah,
Oh, wow. Dude, talk about a
yeah.
landslide. Jeez.
And they call
489.
they call Trump and Biden's runs a landslide.
Yeah, those terms have really been. No, they're just
And
wrong.
then it was against Jimmy Carter, who got uh 49 votes, and he only got 6 states plus DC. That's all he got. And then
Plus
Ronald Reagan got
DC.
44 states.
Dude, that is crazy.
That's so crazy.
44 states. Biden was talking about unification. That's fucking unification.
For real. When you get almost the entirety of the country behind you,
Yeah,
I think they like you.
that's probably a good spot to
Oh,
be in
speaking
just
of
as a
businessmen
country.
being presidents, Ross Perot was a businessman,
Nice.
just like
Businessman.
Donald J. Trump.
Yeah, looking back at it, it's interesting how Trump had no previous political affiliation at all,
Yeah, it is pretty
and he
interesting.
rose to president. It's just,
Oh, so did Ronald Reagan.
yeah. I think it's the whole campaigning process, to be honest.
Oh, definitely.
Whoever has the most money reaches the most viewers, you know?
Yeah.
So,
All right.
we should end it off
Last
with
thing.
January.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say last thing I want to talk about. January 25th. No,
Yeah,
to 99.99999% of people, January 25th means nothing to you.
absolutely nothing.
But we saw a Twitter post that was talking about the Carson situation a while back, and it said like, man, all these YouTubers are horrible people. Just wait for January 25th.
And
And we've
that
been waiting ever
scared
since.
the shit out of us. Just because when talking about the whole QAnon thing, the whole what if,
Hmm.
that is that ideal. And it's
Yeah.
really powerful.
And another reason why it scared Charlie so much specifically is he did some research on this psychologist who was really good at predicting things, who decided to try and predict his own
Yeah.
death. which caused the end of his life because he predicted his own death and realized he wasn't even close to dying on the day he predicted, so he killed himself.
He woke up perfectly fine and realized this isn't good enough.
And so
I'm
he
meant
killed
to be
himself.
dead, so he killed himself. Which is honestly the coolest play ever. Hats off to that guy. He wasn't wrong about that prediction.
No, he wasn't
A bit
technically wrong.
extreme, but yeah, I've been watching a whole bunch of like this kind of random, but like near suicide attempts or victims. And I was telling Gray about this one. This guy was about to kill himself in his bedroom, and the cops came, and he's like, "Hey man, if you put down the knife, I'll get you some of this like Korean chicken, and on the way to the mental hospital, I'll let you eat it." And the motherfucker brought Korean chicken, and the guy dropped the knife. He's like, "You know what? I'll live another day."
I know, that's so crazy to me.
Which is
I think,
awesome.
but it's just the fact of they just saw that someone else cared about them.
Cares. Yeah. That's the main takeaway. Is
You know, any viewer watching this is gonna commit suicide. I care about you.
I care about you.
I'll buy you Korean chicken any day.
Let's sit down, talk about your problems, and eat Korean chicken. Honestly, that sounds amazing.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Having two friends who attempted suicide, not worth it.
It is definitely not. Not that anyone's watching this. But if you
Yeah.
are,
If you are,
we love you.
you know, yes.
No
All
more,
right,
of course.
I think that's a
Yeah.
good note to end on.
All right.
Thank you all for watching. Hope you come back to another episode, and see you next time.
Deuces.